fearing in profitable territory and experiencing hope in negative territory. You see, traders, this is backwards. But the vast majority of the world have the game backwards. That's why there's a 92% failure rate, right? What is having the game backwards? It is when you fear when things are working, but you experience hope when they're not working. Hope that it turns around. Hope that it stops going down. Hope that I stop losing money. Hope that a bounce happens. Hope that the bad times end. Hope is a dangerous thing in this case. You see, the fear should happen in negative territory, and the hope for more should happen when you're profitable. The hope that your gains continue. The hope that this is a big whale and not a little tiny guppy or a little fish. The hope that the trend continues. The hope that the momentum makes this turns this into a small gain, into a medium-sized gain. The hope and the fear is misplaced with the loser. And so you have to watch what you feel in a trade. I used to journal every single trade, but I also journaled what I felt during the trade. Here I felt fearful. And I discovered this inverse relationship between fear and hope by actually documenting it. And I realized one day after going over a block of 20 trades, like, my God, all of my fear is when I'm winning. Does that make sense? Like, why am I not fearing? If I feared when I was in negative territory, these things would stay small, right? But if I hoped more in profitable territory, my small gains would go to medium and big size gains most of the time. And so we got to turn that around. But how can you turn it around if you're not aware of these things? You see, our greatest problems, they come from the problems that we're not aware of, the thieves in the night that are not seen cause the greatest problem. And I've used this metaphor many times with my traders. Like, think about this, guys. A thief, which in trading is a demon, a bad habit, an idiosyncrasy that is negative, a tendency that leads more to loss than win. These things are your thieves in the night. And a thief in your house at night is the most dangerous when you're asleep and not aware of the thief. He does the most damage when you're asleep. He does the most damage when you don't know he is there, right? But if you were to wake up and turn the light on, what does this thief do? Freeze. So that light, that awareness that the thief, I see you, I see who you are, I see what you're doing, means the thief has lost all of his ability to be a thief. Now he has to become a fighter or a coward and run. And most of them are cowards and run. So a big part of problem solving is to become aware of the problem. Become aware of the leaks in the bucket. Become aware of the major holes in your trading plan. All right. And once you become aware, you got 80% of that item solved, because the very awareness dissipates the power of that item. And then a few small things can kill it forever. Your progress is going to come in patches initially. So it's almost going to be like the light bulb turns on and you're going to feel like, wow, I finally got it. And that light bulb is on for a period, and then the light bulb dims and goes out again. And you're going to be like, where did it go? But that's okay. If you keep focused on keeping your losses under control, finding relatively low risk plays in good position, just doing the right thing, even if you're losing doing the right thing, don't worry. That light will come back. I promise you. And then it will stay on for a period and then go out again. Now, what will happen over time is that you'll find that the length of no light will start to get shorter, and the period during which you feel the light gets slightly longer. You'll start to see that the quality of the light will actually start to improve too. So not only is it a good period, but the quality of the period will start to go up. They'll reach a point where there's more time with light than there is darkness. And there will be a time when there will be dim light, break even, bright light, really profitable, medium light, good, and small darkness when it happens, only to give way to light again. And so this is good because I had no light. It was just straight darkness for me. Now, I find it very encouraging that most people don't experience it the way I experienced it, that they experience it the way you experience it, Santiago, where you get glimpses of your future. You get glimpses of who you're going to be. You get glimpses of that finer, better, more disciplined trader, and it goes away, but that's life giving you a glimpse into the future. Don't stop. Don't get discouraged. Just focus on being true. Sometimes, traders, in life, you've got to do the right thing, even if the results aren't great, by doing the right thing. But the fact that the results are not great should not influence you to stop doing the right thing. And so once you know what the right thing is, your only job is to keep doing the right thing, even in the face of just losing. As long as you can be sure I'm doing it correctly, it won't stay like that. The right thing will ultimately overcome, but you can't stop. And you can't trick yourself if you're not doing the right thing and pretend that you are. That doesn't work either, of course. But once you know what the right thing is, then it can't be about results. There is this weird, strange dichotomy that takes place during every trader's development. That is that I feel I'm getting smarter, but my account says I'm getting dumber. How is that? How am I better than I've ever been? How am I more knowledgeable than I've ever been? How am I more experienced than I've ever been? How am I more intelligent as a trader than I've ever been, but my account is worse than it's ever been? How is that? That is freaking normal. And granted, it's responsible for the biggest part of the trader's cemetery. There are more tombs with trader's epitaph written on them because of that than anything else. But it's a period you have to just keep plodding through. And it's easy to do that when you're not losing your own money.